Everyone's fun around, and my name is Jordan. This video is for Tuesday's slate of playoff games, and let's talk about them. So there will be images that pop up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier right here. There will be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. All right, so this first game is the Bucks at the Pacers. The Bucks got blown out pretty much by the Pacers in game one, just like what we saw with the Pistons and the Knicks. Pistons made their adjustments and they ended up winning the game. I expect the Bucks to make the proper adjustments here to at least be competitive. I know there's word about Dame returning and all of that, but we all know Giannis is going to do his thing and he's going to go off, and the Pacers don't really have a way to stop him. They can just hope that the rest of the team doesn't start going off. I'm going to do a FanDuel Parlay to start off with Giannis, and it's 30 plus points and 10 plus rebounds for minus 138. So when you go to 30 plus points, he's gone over in 8 out of the last 10 games, actually 8 out of 10 games. The last 2 seasons versus the Pacers, that includes their playoff series last year. Just giving just a little bit of extra wiggle room there from where the actual line is at. He played 38 minutes in that first game, so he's going to be playing a ton of minutes. They don't want to go down 0-2. You want to leave Indiana feeling confident, with a at least 1-1 split. So I imagine he's going to be playing around the 38-minute mark again. So I filtered with Outlier to 35 to 40 minutes with Giannis. And on the season, he has scored 30-plus points in 80% of games. So like to see that. And then rebounds, 10-plus. He's had 10-plus rebounds in every single game this season, last season versus the Pacers. So 10 out of 10. That's why I really like just bumping these down just a little bit, just so we can get some higher percentage plays. So he's also gone over in 81% of games this year with 10 plus rebounds. And then playing that 35 to 40 minute range with 10 plus rebounds, he's gone over in just about 90% of games this year. So combining 30 plus points and 10 plus rebounds for minus 138 on FanDuel. And then this next guy is going to be on the Pacers side of things. And I saw game one and I was thinking about it. I didn't make a video for that game one, but I was wondering, how is he going to play? And it's Andrew Nembhard. And before you click off the video, I think there's a play. You know how there's like a playoff Jimmy Butler? I think there's a playoff Andrew Nembhard. And I know you're laughing right now, but he hit his 10.5 points line in 42% of games this season. And then he comes out in game one, drops 17 points on 8 of 13 shooting. Why is he potentially playoff Andrew Nembhard? Last year, he hit this line, points line, in 40% of games. So just about the exact same hit rate during the regular season. Then he starts the series against the Bucks. He scores 6 points, and that's not good. But after that, he scores 20, 16, 15, 12, and 14. He hits this line in every single one of those games. And then he continues. He goes and plays the Knicks. He hits this line in 5 of 7 games versus the Knicks. And then they go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Halliburton gets injured at some point here, and he's the guy that takes over and puts up a really big fight against Boston, where he scored 12, 16, and then he scored 32 and 24 against Boston, but really put up a fight there. So there might be a playoff Andrew Nembhard, so I just wanted to point him out. So if you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You just put the number 3, and that'll help get this video out there for more people to see. And also, I want to shout out the app Novig. Novig is a social sports book. You can use this like a sports book in states that don't allow sports books. There's kind of like a workaround. It's not illegal or anything like that. It's like what Fliff does, except Novig for some reason is in more states than Fliff is. So you check the map right here. I have to drive over to North Carolina if I want to bet on FanDuel or DraftKings. But with Novig, I can place straight bets on spreads, on money lines, on straight bets on player props, and all that. right here in South Carolina. So they have UFC. They're building up and getting even more sports, and just continuing to grow. Very nice interface, great. So check it out if you've been wanting to single bet and do game lines and all that. They will give you $5 just to sign up, and if you use promo code FINDAROUND11 all caps, and they will match up to 50% of your first deposit, up to $25. So I will have a link in the pinned comment that'll take you straight there, and that's also in the description. So the next game, the Thunder and the Grizzlies. It could be another blowout. We don't know, but could feel pretty confident about it. The Grizzlies are going to try to make their adjustments of what they saw. There's a lot of things they need to fix, and we will see. We'll see. Maybe Thunder get complacent. I don't know. But a guy I want to point out is Isaiah Hartenstein, and his line is at 2.5 for assists at -135. So I like the over on 2.5 assists. He had 5 in game 1, and he has been known as a pretty good passing big throughout the year, hitting this in 71% of games throughout the entire year. Memphis Grizzlies give up the 7th most assists this year, probably due to their fast pace. He's gone over in 4 out of 5 games this year versus them. I'm averaging about 4.2 assists a game. I know you might be looking at this and saying, well, why aren't you talking about his points? His points has been great. Yes, his points have been great. This is his points. The line is at 9.5 for -125. You'll see he has gone over in every single game this year. And even last year when he was with the Knicks, I do not mind this line at all. I don't mind the combination either. I think if the prop that could potentially be no sweat that hits in the first half would be the 2.5 assists. I think if you go points, you might have to wait. He had 14 in that first game, so you might have to wait. And if it gets to be a blowout, you might start to sweat a little bit, like, is he going to play? But 2.5 assists, I think he could get done early on. So, and then there's the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I usually don't like to bet on the Lakers all season long, just because I feel like their lines are always juiced very high. I was actually looking at potentially fading LeBron, points, rebounds, and assists. The under looks really good there. And then the Timberwolves have actually been pretty tough to bet on as well. You have Anthony Edwards that always has this very high line, and he's very inconsistent with getting to it. And then you have guys like Rudy Gobert, who were like amazing, entering the playoffs, and then doesn't show up. Naz Reid coming off the bench, playing well. The Lakers are going to try to stop that. So that game I'm just staying away from for now. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there, talk about baseball, basketball, whatever you want to talk about in there. That is free, and it's a great community. A lot of people bringing their plays into that community and doing well. And as far as a recap goes, I had Karl-Anthony Towns over points plus assists. Things looked pretty good in the first quarter, but then he didn't play many minutes. Mitchell Robinson is starting to get his role back fully, and Karl-Anthony Towns' minutes dropped a lot. But that's not necessarily the reason why he didn't go over. He just seemed disinterested, and it was weird. It's like a lot of the buckets he had to work really hard for, and after he got them, he was just like, man, this is too much. This is too hard, and we're losing. Like, I don't know. The second half, he took 3 shots, didn't make any of them. He just did not care. So that's what I'm saying. NBA playoffs, he had crushed the Pistons, all this year, all last year, and on this line, overs all the time, and then all of a sudden disappears. So if I had shown you all those overs and said, man, he's gonna suck, take the under, you would have said I was stupid, and then afterwards you'd have been like, man, how did you know? And I would have said I had no idea. And then I had Russell Westbrook over points, rebounds, and assists at 19.5. I saw the end of the first quarter, he had 4. If he can keep that pace going, then I think he'll hit that pretty easily, but we will see. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's a final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.